Hey, hey, doing a test. Hey, hey, check, check.
Oh, we got this right here. When it comes to the Batfleck movie that we were supposed to get
All right, everyone. Everyone means me. So said I was going to start at 9. Starting at 9 here. So what I'm going to do tonight is people come in. Awesome. I'll put a link up. Open up the room. People I know or people I've heard of. We could have it. Bring on people. No one really comes in on this. I'm just gonna treat it like a one-man podcast. Just keep up with an up-to-date video, basically at this point. So my last video just came out this morning. It was about the Lobo Loco rally. You're gonna see about 2-3 videos about that. I'm not sure what I want to do next. That one's gonna be. I really enjoyed that rally, but there's a lot more to it than me just riding around. But I think I don't know how I want to go with that yet. But I have a couple of videos that I want to make out of that. There's the actual like me doing it. I did make a pre-planning, but it was really boring. So I don't know if I want to show that off to the world. I might show clips of it, but then I might recreate what I did to show you what I did. So there's that. But yeah, I ended up doing that trip and doing that rally, and I had a lot of fun. I finished. I don't know if I should tell you when I finished. I finished it. I finished it. I ended early. Long story short is I ended up running that rally. I enjoyed it. It was supposed to be a 12-hour rally. I had a choice between a home-cooked meal and 2 extra hours, and I chose that home-cooked meal. Again, when I make the video, you'll find out why. What was going on with that. But I was happy to do the Lobo Loco rally. That picture that was on the thumbnail this morning, that ended up being, let's see here. I ended up making that picture because, so with the Lobo Loco rally, you had some prerequisites to do. You had to sign a waiver. You had to text the rally master. And so you got the idea of what that rally was. You ended up going, and the theme was just saying. So you take a saying and then you take a picture of it. And with me, I wanted to do, because if you watch this channel, you know that I go off and do roller coasters. I like to go and do stuff like that. So I ended up going to, nobody said anything. Anyway, I ended up going to Dorney Park, and because it's my local park, it's only like 10 minutes away. I wanted to get a picture of like Iron Menace in the background. If I were to roll right up to it, there's a security gate there. I've already had one of those guys have a heart attack because I took my picture in front of the loop. So he was not a fan of. He was not. I didn't want to give that guy. Plus, it was during the day, and they weren't going to be allowing me to do that in the middle of the day. So I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Let's see if I have that picture here. Yeah, pre-rally. Let's see if this will work. Cause what's this? Nope. Screen capture. Here we go. Nope. Yeah. Nope. So I don't want you guys to see that. Oh, there's another thing I'm working on right now, and that is so I did the rally, and as I was doing the rally, I didn't feel anything different, but I looked down and I saw on my left, was it my left? I think it was my left side fork. I saw a lot of oil and dirt and residue, and I'm like, crap. I blew a seal, like I blew an oil seal on my bike. I'm like, crap. And I got the BMW MOA coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I ended up fixing that, and I finished it up today. I've been slow on it. I do have to do packing for the MOA rally, but that was something on my list that I had to do. I wasn't going to ride to Tennessee. I wasn't going to ride to Tennessee with a leaky fork seal. You don't want oil dripping onto the brake calipers or anything like that. So I ended up fixing that right away. I took forever, but I fixed it. So that was kind of, what I was doing with that. But yeah, it was pretty. Nope. I'm getting new to this too. I'm not using StreamYard like I did last time. I'm using a different program called a free program called Video Ninja, by the way. And so what I'm doing right now is just figuring all this out. I think I caught everybody on a bad night. I know like some people are watching Le Mans. I know some people are live streaming other stuff. I know some people are like on vacation. So, I just unfortunately, I think I picked a bad night. Plus, I don't have a ton of viewers yet. So, I was hoping to talk more about media than myself, but I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. So yeah, BMW MOA rally is probably my next stop. I'm going to be headed out Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to be headed out. I'm going to stop in Weaversville, North Carolina. I was going to meet up with somebody there. Unfortunately, life got busy for that person, so I was out of it. So I'm just going to have to do my own thing when I go down there. I'm going to hit the Rattler up. I'm going to hit a couple other things up. And then I'll make my way. And we go through Maggie Valley. I want to go through Maggie Valley. If you've never been through Wheels of Time, I mean, I got to go. I think I actually have an album here. So tying this in with Motorcycle Media, Dale Wexler a long time ago. He was a curator of that place, and he ended up picking up. If you watched American Pickers, he ended up picking up the Belly Pan Racer, which was a cool little car. But let's see here, because I went to Dollywood like before 20. Yep, here we go. All right, so I could actually, and let's pop this open. So yeah, I'll show you some stuff here. I mean, if you want to, So I've been there before. Screen capture. Here you go. So here's my Facebook page, my personal one. There were some cars, old Whizzer. That was made in Pontiac, Michigan. It could have been made. Yeah, this one says Pontiac, Michigan here. There's a museum in Pontiac. They have a couple Whizzers in them dedicated to, things built in Pontiac. But this was that I lived in Pontiac for a little bit, so to me it was really important. I forget what's the importance of this. Oh, Reading Standard, Reading, Pennsylvania. So board track racer, pretty cool. I'm spoiling some of the stuff. I was there this is before the pandemic, and so it was. I'm going to be going there again. I don't know if I'm going to go to the museum. It depends on timing. The important thing is maybe I got to go to a Waffle House because I've never been to a Waffle House, and a Brit beat me to a Waffle House. So I gotta see. He keeps Trekimoto really recommends that kind of place. Um, I got two in the Lehigh Valley. I still haven't gone to them, but I want to go to one of those. Um, I'm gonna hit up the Rattler because Patrick from Motor Ramblings hits that up a lot, and then I also want to hit up the Tail of the Dragon. I've hit it with a car. Like I've been on it with a car. I want to be on it with a motorcycle. So, and then I'll head up to Lebanon, Tennessee, which is right outside of Nashville. That's where the racetrack is. For your racing fans, the Nashville Super Speedway, which is not a super speedway, but like 1 1/3 mile. There's some other stuff here. I was really, it was a really cool museum, and Dale was still alive when when I was there. I got to see him. He didn't look right. He looked sick. And yeah, unfortunately, he passed about a year or two later. I think that one was on American Pickers too. I want to say it was, or it was on that American Restoration show. Dale was on American Restoration for a year or two. Same thing with the one guy in Vegas. But he wasn't a motorcycle guy. Is there a Captain America? Is there a Captain America bike? No. If you watch Captain America, you want to talk about motorcycle media. That one bothered me a little bit, and so one thing I noticed, and I think the prop masters in these shows are trying to do a good job. It's just the limited budget or not knowing, um, you know, not knowing the specifics of these certain I'm trying to find the picture of Captain America lifting a bike over his head, uh because it really bothered me. Hopefully this doesn't kill me on there. Skip. But I'm gonna hopefully this doesn't get me on something here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I don't care about her. So here's the thing that bothers me, and this is just as a purist, a theater guy. That's so looking at this here with the whole here, I'll scroll up here. That engine's too modern to be 1943, 44, 45. That's an Evo motor. Uh, that is not what they had back then. Um, so like one of the things about me with motorcycles in media, like this one was a bad example. And then what was the show Glow? Glow. It wasn't just motorcycles; it was a lot of things. But they had like a 2010 Harley Sportster, and it just didn't really work. Like I was like, this isn't the right bike for this period. And then I'm watching it's 1985, and I see modern moving daylights. So that one just wasn't that good, unfortunately. So, but yeah, that's one of the things about motorcycle media. So, but let's go back to. I mean, it's a cool movie. I like it. Excelsior. I think Excelsior was built in Detroit. I mean, I'm pretty sure a bunch of this stuff is still the same. Okay, so here's one, and it's a horrible picture. This is a local bike to me. This is from Easton, Pennsylvania, and this woman donated it to the museum, and I'm really grateful for that. Um, but I mean, the zebra stripes is just weird. I guess he was a professional wrestler, so that's interesting. So yeah, he ended up. It's cool to see a little bit of history, but There's some other stuff. That thing looks that thing looks gnarly, nasty and gnarly. Uh, that thing is just pretty cool. Uh, so yeah, that that thing looks like a tank. Trying to think if there's anything else. I'm gonna scroll ahead here. At one point, they tried to get everything running, or they ended up or getting the majority of it to run. I'm looking to see if I can see the belly pan. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Yep, here it is. Yep, this was on American Restoration, or well, it says American Restoration, but it's also American Pickers picked it up too. It's basically a modern. It's a more modern cycle car. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. No, it's working. So let's see here. So that's one of the things I'm going to do, and I'm going to hit up. I'm going to hit up after I'm done with. There's something else I want to see in Maggie Valley. Maybe do a little short or something about that. It's an amusement park related. So if you know, you know. If you don't, it's pretty cool. There's a ton of videos on it already. I just want to talk about something about it. I'm not going to go trespass up there. And let's see here. So I'm going to go to the rally. It's going to be my first BMW rally. I'm already looking at some of the seminars, and there's a couple things I want to do here. I want to hit up okay, so I'm going to be an hour away from the Corvette Museum. I'm going to go try that. I like Corvettes. Plus, I want to see that giant hole in the ground that was left from the sinkhole. And let's see here. Oh my God, somebody said hi. Hi, John. How's it going? I know I'm supposed to be talking about motorcycle media, but there's nobody here, so I'm just gonna talk about what I'm doing next week. So I'm gonna be down in Tennessee, hit Nashville. I'm on the fence about hitting the Grand Ole Opry, and I was thinking about hitting up the Grand Ole Opry, and do want to go to the Corvette Museum. Yes, they're Tupperware cars, but to me, they're always neat. And now they're mid-engine, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm really impressed. I've been to the GM Heritage Museum in Detroit, and so I always like that museum. And of course somebody messages me in the middle of this. So we got that going. That's my next week. There are some seminars, there's one about how to pick up your bike if you're a small person. I should be going to that, but I'm either going to be going to the Grand Ole Opry or the Corvette Museum. There's one about podcasts, the BMW MOA, and let's bring that back to motorcycle media. The BMW MOA does have some podcast, and I think what's going on with that is if you watch that video, I was kind of complaining about them not really being on, not really coming out with a lot of videos, or not podcasts, I mean. And I shouldn't be saying that, because the Airhead podcast, the Airhead 247 podcast, that is bi-weekly, and they are nailing it week in, week out. You also have there's also I guess there's a video version of that. Like, it's every other week. So it's called like the Short Wheelbase, and that's on YouTube. So they're at least pushing out content every week. And that's been what has been covering. Like, I listen to that even though I don't have an Airhead. I have an Oilhead BMW, and in the end, I like Starbucks, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what this Ride Inside is. That's new to me. Riding into the Sunset, it seems like a good podcast, but I've never listened to it. It's more about aging motorcyclists, and unfortunately, I am not an age. I'm aging, but I'm not that age yet, so I am not quite there. Looks like there's some other stuff on here, uh, but there's not a lot of 200 miles before breakfast and chasing the horizon. Now, chasing the horizon, that's a lie because that one's more of a hey, we're gonna have a discussion with a member. Whereas I forget what chasing the horizon, what the difference is. Well, there's 200 miles before breakfast. I mean, I know Wes, the host of those, and he has a great voice for radio. Um, if here I'm going to if anybody wants to talk, all two of you. Well, one of them's me. I'm actually looking at on another stream. Here I will. If anybody wants to talk. So yeah, the whole thing, their podcasts are good. There is a seminar to meet the podcast people. So I hope Mark Barnes is there. I hope Wes Fleming, and he does a lot of work. He does a lot for the magazine. He does a lot on this. So actually, this is like out of date. Is it? I don't know. Is this page 2? No, this is page 2. Never mind. So, and the thing is with podcasts, that's what I listen to a lot while I ride. I know I'm going to be listening to some podcasts on the way down to Tennessee. I will probably be listening to, I get like a Windows podcast. It's nerdy as heck, but it keeps my attention. So I'll be listening to that. And then, but I'm probably going to save up the Airhead 247 podcast. I'm looking at what I'm looking at here. I got some good ones here. So let me go back down here. I know this is great radio here. Oh geez, I screwed this up. Okay. Next. Probably be listening to 200 miles before breakfast. That's what this 200 MBB. I'll listen to that. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. So, yeah, he just gives you a little bit of a background. I like show notes. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm going to be doing. Let's see here. What are some other seminars? Here, let me get out of here. Again, I'm trying a new program. Really liking it. Looks great. So let's see here. BMW MOA seminars. I'm going to be missing a lot. I'm number one. A lot of these are just I don't have time to do them all. So let's see if I can make this bigger. View larger version. Here we go. There we go. So let's go. All right, let's do this. Cool. So I'm going to Alaska next year, but not on a bike. That's something else. Or I would look into that. Thursday I won't be able to make that. That's 11 o'clock in the morning. I will be on the road then. And I got nobody here. So let's see here. What else do I got? Fun and Adventure. What's this one? Let's see here. Oh, Fun and Adventure with the 310 GS with Jennifer Ott. She's one of the board members. I've met her. 1 o'clock. That looks like a good one. The route planning with my app. Let's see. That would be 2 o'clock. I don't know if I'll be there by then. I'll be setting up my tent. I'm also camping. My first moto camp of the year. That I actually would do, but I think it's going to be tight on time. And they're doing more Alaska stuff the next that day. more Alaska stuff because we all like to go to Alaska. There's some stuff here going to Peru. Dewey rides. I like to see what he would say about it. Let's see here. What else? SkyMed. That's ad. No, don't. They've even come to our BMW MOA breakfast. It is a good investment depending on how much you ride. I just wasn't interested in it. Adventure. Okay, so on Friday, because in the morning I'm going to be like I'm not going to be around or something. Like I'm going to either go do the BMW MOA or I'm sorry, not BMW MOA. The I'm either going to do what else am I going to do? I might do something else. Like I'm going to go to the Grand Ole Opry, or I'm going to go to the Corvette Museum. But I'm going to want to make it back for for Friday. So I'll probably also there's Beer Fest on Friday afternoon. So I won't be riding Friday night. I can tell you that right now. Let's see here. SkyMed again. Adventure bike setup. That'd be interesting. 2:00. There it is. 3:00. Meet the BMW MOA podcasters. Because hey, maybe I could turn this into a podcast. You never know. Create my own motorcycle media. One thing my wife has always said is, hey, I really think you should start your own podcast, and you listen to enough of them, start your own. And she hates being in the car with me because I make her listen to some really boring stuff. So let's see here. What else? I'd actually be interested in the Airhead Q&A just because they're kind of neat. Saturday morning, I will be at the Cottywampa one. I've been doing the Cottywampa. I'm not going to win. The person who wins kills it every year. Last year, she doubled it at the very last minute. Don't know how. Anyway, that one, I'll go to there. That person will probably be there. And they'll probably give awards or some bull crap like that too. But yeah, I want to be at the Cottywampa, be there. So it's 8:00 on Saturday morning. I will be up. I won't be that messed up. Traveling on a budget looks interesting. 10:00. Trip planning with Furcot. Furcot is a really good Google Maps based mapping program. I used to use it. If you want to, it's very good with planning down to the mile or gas station or hotel. Unfortunately, when I was using it, it was free. It is now paid only, and that really hurts. But I still want to go do that. Italy, yeah, my wife liked that. Might go to the rally organizational skills. That looks like something for me. And then let's see here. What else? There was something else I really wanted to do. I think it was about. Well, I think I know. I think Jen Ott's leading the women of the GS Trophy. I think. I'm not sure. She said something about. Oh no, she said women who ride. Never mind. Let's see here. Meet the MOA podcasters. There was something else. Something about organization when it comes to the actual charter clubs. That might be on Friday. I want to be there for that. My club is now going from charter to chapter, but I still want to be involved. So that is something I want to do. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing down there. And then I'm going to, on Sunday, do a 14 hour ride home. Not looking forward to it. Hopefully they have some Airhawk seats down in Lebanon. So, I'm going to make some videos about that. I've seen videos in the past that have been pretty good. Some drone videos, some other videos. Last year, Dork on the Road did a video. It was not that good. I was very disappointed in that video. Didn't like that he was kind of making the us the enemy, like, oh, the BMW riders are the enemy. And I'm like, what do we do wrong? Um, we're not bad guys. You should support everybody, the Harley guy, the Vespa guy, the BMW guy. On top of that, it was like, oh, hey, check out my friend at this vendor, check out my friend at this vendor, check out my friend at this vendor. And I was like, you just went because your agent told you to went. You went because your agent told you to go. So that's kind of the vibe I got from that. I didn't think he showed that in a proper light. And that's what I want to do. I do want to show this in a better way. So, but we're not talking about motorcycle media. I don't think we're going to be. I think this is going to be a ramble cast at this point. I reckon since I got this up here, Night Riders is. I'm sorry, this is my favorite. This is probably my favorite motorcycle movie, and I have a horrible taste. Yeah, it's just not that. I'm keeping it muted so I don't really get in trouble. But yeah, Honda CBX right there. Kit, it's great. Hopefully I can't get demonetized. I don't make money anyway. So hopefully I don't get a strike. Yeah, so that one's pretty good. I'm actually, luckily, nobody is here to yell at me about this movie. Actually, Night Riders and Easy Riders is a lot alike. It really is. It was kind of like George A. Romero's like, hey, I can do this better. That's hard to say. So, but I like it that Peter Fonda ended up in Ghost Rider, and I love him in Ghost Rider. Like, I like him more in Ghost Rider than I do in Easy Rider. Actually, that's what I should do. I should do try to make it like a trilogy, like Easy Rider, Easy Rider, Night Riders, and Ghost Rider, back to back to back. But I need like a whole day to do that. And weird thing is, Dennis Hopper's in this movie. So my wife and I saw this at the Mahoning Drive-In last year, and we ended up. So we ended up watching it. I was like, we didn't like it. We both hated it. And so I was just like, yeah, this isn't working. And so Dennis Hopper was in it. And she's been to Mahoning once before for the Super Mario movie from 1993. So the only two movies she has seen at the Mahoning Drive-In had Dennis Hopper in it. So, yeah. No, that one's okay. I could talk about Cleveland Moto. These guys, yeah. They didn't. Oh, you know what? This because gotta go into live. So the thing I like about these guys, when they live stream, they actually do it the right way, and and they're much better at it than I am, because they actually can like highlight a. Let's see here. Let me see here. Can I? Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I could do that. I can't do that. I think you have to have a better program for that. So I'm trying to like highlight something. I just can't do it. So that might be something because they have, StreamYard or something where I don't, but they can afford to use it, whereas I'm using a free program. I wonder, actually, let me go to OBS here. I'm in OBS. Okay, cool. Tools, docs, stats, YouTube. Hi. Let's try this. I know I'm the only guy here, so it doesn't matter. All right. Yeah, I don't want to sign in faster. Just give me my stuff. Yeah, okay, cool. That's cool, but I want my chat tools. Give me a chat. Uh, I don't know. So, okay. So, anyway, that's not what you guys are here for. Uh, duh, duh, duh. Yeah. Doesn't really give me anything. Studio doesn't really give me anything. Yep. Okay, so yeah, these guys they do it right. I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure this out. Something that would help is if I got people. Probably should have done a better job advertising it. Oh well. So yeah, that's not it. Oh yeah, it's because it's down here. So, but I think I got my workflow working really well. I might move the camera. I'm not happy with where the camera is right now. So, but wasn't like I didn't like it where it was straight on me. Oh, and by the way, I got new lights that stay on, so that's good. Let's see here. What else? So yeah, these guys they live stream every Thursday or Friday. Yeah, there's me working on the Forge Seals. I don't know if that came up before. Oh, this one I did not talk. Did I? No. Oh, they don't even play. You can't even watch the trailer. This one's so good. Unfortunately, it's just not working out. Let's see here. Yeah, there's something wrong with it. So, all right. Okay. Well, I'll talk about this and maybe chop it up here. So, we are talking, it is the 2025 Iron Butt Rally. So, that has returned. It almost didn't happen. Dave Kendall ended up going, he's leaving now. I know some other people in the BMW MOA organization, they're leaving for it. 11 days, 11,000 miles. That's the motto. And we have new rally masters this year. We have new other stuff this year. So uh, Dave Kendall, I do recommend him subscribing to his stuff. It's good. Um, yeah, he talks about the whole changes. It's now going to be an app based thing, so that's great. Um, so it's definitely going to be different. It's going to be more like the Heart of Texas or the LDX because that's who's the rally masters are. 99 riders. Yeah, here we go. 99 riders, 50 vets or 50 rookies, 49 vets. Average age is 55. We got a 29-year-old and a 75. I'm a little disappointed they haven't put the list of people on yet. Of course, BMW's number one because it's a long distance bike. One Ducati. That guy's crazy. What's his Antes? 10 Yamahas. Those are probably all FJRs. One Victory, which, hey, that's cool. 15 Hondas, Gold Wings, or something like that normally. What's his Antes? Let's check that out because I don't even know what that is. Is it a... It's Chinese. We got a Chinese bike in the Iron Butt. To be honest, I would go with this. I mean, I could see them running this or running that. I mean, well, they could run a scooter, but I wouldn't run that. Not one of the. Well, this one here looks. This one here, you could probably. That's your ADV there, but it's only 350 cc's. You got this here. I wonder 310s. Huh. Oh, these are old. These are. I wonder. I think I might know who's running the Zontes. If it's the guy who I think it is, he usually runs Ninja 250s and Ninja 250s and Versus. So yeah, that's an interesting idea there. So anyway, no, we can get rid of that. I don't need that. Yeah. So, yeah. So they got that's what's going on. Well, that's a different setup for a Goldwing, but yeah. So we got the Iron Butt, and then we got the. Here, I'm actually gonna quick go to host only because I want to hide something. USA Today, Cannonball, Scooter Cannonball. So let's go back to screen capture. Here we go. Yeah, continue on to the site. So we got the 2025 Scooter Cannonball that is coming up starting on June 22nd. So the week after the Iron Butt. Iron Butt starts next week on the 16th. Scooter Cannonball's the week after. And I do know Quasi Motard, who is someone I respect and look up to. He is on his way to the to that rally. So, to that rally. So, great article on USA Today. Lots of information. This is going to start in Oregon and work its way down to South Padre, Texas. At least Quasi doesn't have to go far. He lives in Texas. He doesn't have to go far to go home. So that's good for him. But yeah, I don't know, and this ties in with Motorcycle Media. I just saw a really good documentary called The Big Scoot. And let's see here. This is a really good documentary. I was really happy with it. And this was about like the last one or the one before that. And just came out a couple months ago, like a month or two ago. Really good. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to do the Scooter Cannonball, my wife's Vespa, but it was really good. I kind of wish they would have brought in Cleveland Moto. There's my podcast that I was talking about. There's a podcast I was talking about earlier. But it's rally season. I know I put something up on the Autopian Discord about just the Iron Butt. I'm surprised that hasn't been taken down yet. But as soon, every day that we get a new update on what's going on, I'm going to update them. With the Scooter Cannonball, I'm going to follow that on Quasi Motard's. I'm going to follow that on Quasi Motard's Discord, and he's going to do live streams. Him and a gentleman named Alex are traveling across the country right now to get to Oregon, where they can do that. Where they could actually start, but they're showing us, hey, you can get out there on this. Some people are, and Iron Butt's the same way. Dave Kendall is trailering for all intents and purposes his bike to Iowa because that's where it started. Used to be with the Iron Butt, like the start and finish would be at the same place, or the start, midpoint, and finish would be at 3 different places. This year they wanted to keep everything different, more compact, so they're going back to Iowa, which, to be honest, is fine. And I think what they wanted, the reason why they split up into 3 sections for the for the Iron Butt was to make sure people could see the country. With them doing what they're doing, there are some things that, some people are saying, well, they're not going to go see the whole country. I think they might have to do something with the rally book. Say, hey, we want you to hit the West Coast this, we want you to hit the Midwest or the South this, and then the Northeast or Southeast this. Like, I think there is a way to see the whole country, but it depends on what the rally masters are doing. So there is that. So let's see here. I've been going on 45 minutes for one person or nobody. So it's been a while. and I've been talking about other stuff that has nothing to do with motorcycle media. I try to bring it in every once in a while, but it's without anybody to talk to. It hasn't been a great stream in that sense. Uh, I'm not going to give up on live streams. I think I need to have round tables or bring in experts on some stuff, and I gotta build my audience more too. But I mean, I'm enjoying it. I mean, maybe I'll just turn it into a podcast. But I'd like to have somebody to bounce off of. That's what I'm trying to say. But this is the kind of thing I like to talk about: Coddywamples, Grand Tours. I talked about Lobo Loco Rally. I talked about Iron Butt Rally, Scooter Cannonball. I think actually there might be a Antique Cannonball in September if that didn't get canceled. That's the kind of thing I like to talk about. There was a podcast called Long Riders Radio. It is completely gone. If I go to that website, it's gone. I don't even know if that gentleman, Justin Long, he does run the Iron Butt stuff. He might be in the Iron Butt Rally this year. That's why I want to see a list of names. Like, is Justin there? Is Bob Lilly there? Is Kurt Warden there? I know Dave Kendall's going to be there. I was worried there was somebody. She's not. I don't want to call her an influencer, but she's very sponsor heavy. And like, if you're sponsor heavy, you're really not supposed to be in that. And she has good rapport with more of the rally masters, and that makes me concerned that she would have been allowed in and would have been allowed to. She would have been allowed to do whatever she wants. And luckily, unfortunately, she got in a bike accident. And so she totaled her bike. She was dealing with some health issues, not super bad. She's fine. Her channel is going to go in a different route because she was really pushing to be in the Iron Butt, and she was doing the work to do the Iron Butt. She was doing some of the long distance runs, but she wasn't doing the rallies. She wasn't, like I said, the sponsor thing as a fan scared me. So she ended up I don't think she got in, and it was she had to have done a rally because she knew the one rally master. So what I said was wrong there. But I was a little afraid that this sponsorship would look the other way. That was my fear with the whole Iron Butt with the new rally masters. Now I think they're going to do just fine. I think they're just going to do fine. I'm just overthinking this as a fan. So there is that. There's more to it. And I've heard more about behind the scenes stuff about what happened with the rally master, with the previous ones, why things changed, stuff like that. So, it's unfortunate because they were going to, the old ones wanted to come back for one more, and then they couldn't come to an agreement with the owner of the organization. I guess that's from what I heard. But yeah, without having Justin Long to tell me this stuff, and his interviews were great, by the way. That went out the window. So I think that's, it's a real shame. He kind of finished it up after COVID, like Wheel Nerds, like a lot of people. They just said, nah, we're done. Like, we got our families to take care of, and this takes up too much time. So unfortunately, I think he is done. I hope he's doing the rally, though. I really do, because I root for him, Kurt Warden, Bob Lilly, Dave Kendall. Was it Chris Comley? I think he's from my area. He didn't have a good time in a Harley. He had a really heavy modified Harley in the 2023, and it failed. He's a Motorcycle and Misfits fan also. And then there was somebody else. Actually, the winner here. Let me see here. 2023, 2023 Iron Butt winner. If I remember right, James Owen is from Pennsylvania. So he killed it. and then I think he got a new bike. Bob Lilly may have sold one. I think Bob Lilly sold him one. So there is some stuff going on there. But yeah, that is he won that last year. I don't know if he's running this year. I don't know. I know like one guy. There were a couple people that have gone to the scooter rally because they didn't know if the Iron Butt rally was going to happen, and it didn't happen. And so some are sticking. Well, it did happen. I'm tired. It did happen. So they are going to run the rally, and so they're going to run the rally. They're going to run the scooter cannonball. I think that's the best way to say it. And like the one, I was joking with him. He runs the Hoka Hey. He runs the Iron Butt rally. He's a Harley guy. And I asked him, I was like, well, are you going to go for a Harley topper? And he goes, if you know of one, maybe, but I want to see what he's running. I do want to see what he's running. He had a great interview with Justin Long. I actually have to pull that back up because that's how me and him, like, we're talking. And, somebody posted something about Justin Long, an old show. He said, well, he's done. Like, he made a video and everything saying he's done. And he goes, are you serious? He was on there, and it was a really good interview. That guy had a lot of energy. I got to find out which one that was, but like he ended up on the Quasi-Motard Discord. One of the Iron Butt guys kind of was talking crap a little bit on the Iron Butt Facebook page, and I was like, don't say that about the scooter guys. They're tougher they're more tenacious than you think. So, but yeah, that's that's a little bit of background about the long distance stuff. So, it's been almost an hour. I'm going to cut this up maybe into videos. I don't know what I want to do. I might make a podcast and I don't know what I want to do, but my wife keeps saying I should start a podcast. So maybe this is the start of one. I don't know. It's Saturday night in the summer. Nobody's going to be around. So I didn't have a guest. So, I'm only going to pull in certain people. I want to thank John for stopping by, saying hello. And, even if you don't watch it live, give it a listen. Tell me what you think. And I'm open to constructive criticism too. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, hopefully I'm going to probably do one next. I have an idea for one for July, but I have to get people in on this because if I don't get people in on it, it's not going to do well. And so maybe I have to like find a guest or find a co-host or something so we can do this. Because if I just do it by myself, no one's going to watch. Still my live stream iRacing. I'm thinking about doing that on my other channel or just do gaming or something. Just or maybe start a Twitch channel. I don't know. If anybody wants to watch me build roller coasters on Roller Coaster Tycoon, that might be an option too. I'm really enjoying the streaming and the production side of it. OBS right now. I'm using OBS, Video Ninja. Not tonight, but I was using NDI to send over signal to my streaming computer and do that. There is a test run on that. I was having sound issues, so I couldn't figure it out. But all right, guys, it's been an hour. I got a lot of stuff to do. I did a lot of stuff today. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. And I got a lot of stuff to do this week before I leave for Tennessee. For those of you who came in today, thank you for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. And for those of you who are watching later, again, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Please recommend, like, subscribe, buy me a coffee, all that other stuff. But yeah, let's, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to prepare a little bit more. I'm going to advertise. Maybe I'll do like 2 or 3 weeks of advertising and stuff like that. I mean, so I do have a couple long distance ideas, and if not, I'm just going to keep making content. So again, guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys later.